Welcome everybody to this DC Universe online video. So in this video we're checking out the Legacy of Krypton episode 4 briefings, which you would need a meta mentor to get these briefings, but they will be located inside of the watchtower for the heroes and Hall of Doom for the villains. We'll be covering everything in this video to get these briefings. So the Superman mentor for the hero, and for the villains you would need Lex Luthor. So each of the times for each of the briefings will be listed in the description below. So how do you get to the Daily Planet? So on the hero side you would need to start from the watchtower and then enter the Daily Planet instance as a meta mentored character, so Superman. And then once you do have a character mentored by Superman, you want to go from the watchtower to the Daily Planet. So after that, where this is located is right here inside of the watchtower. Then after you've done or gone into the Daily Planet, after you've beaten the servitor boss, the spider boss, then you would be going into the Hall of Doom instance. So right here is where you would start to go through the Daily Planet. And then after you've defeated the servitor boss, you would step into the rift and go into the Hall of Doom. And from there is where the briefings will be located. So the times for this part of the briefings will be listed in the description below for each of the locations. We're inside the Daily Planet instance doing the Legacy of Krypton episode 4 briefings on our meta mentor character for the hero. So where we are now, we are going to go after the first briefing, and we are right at the start of the Hall of Doom part in the Daily Planet instance. So we've just teleported in to the area, and the first briefing will be right up top, right over where we've marked. So we want to go right up here, and it will be right across from the yellow light right there. So it will be on this platform. There is our first briefing. So let's just show you where it is on the map. So on the map, the first briefing is located right here inside of the Hall of Doom part of the instance when you teleport in from the Daily Planet. So let's pick up this first briefing.
Lois Lane at Daily Planet Live with breaking news. The entire Daily Planet staff is trapped here inside the Daily Planet building, which is being bottled for digitization by Brainiac. I'll continue transmission as long as I can. Something's happening. Brainiac robots are teleporting in. Jimmy, forget the shot. Get down.
So we are going to be going after the second briefing of Legacy of Krypton episode 4 inside of the Hall of Doom part of the instance of the Daily Planet. Where the second briefing is going to be located is right over here, so not far from our first briefing, and it's right across, and you'll see that yellow beam of light. So you want to head right towards there and go right behind, and that is where your second briefing is going to be located. So on the map, the second briefing is right here inside of the Hall of Doom part of the instance of the Daily Planet. So there is the waypoint there. Let's give a zoom out so you can see the whole area of the Hall of Doom map, and let's go and pick up the second briefing.
Lois Lane dictating. Let's see. The rivalry of the century. Lex Luthor against our Man of Steel, Superman. But who is really the true savior of humanity? The powerful magnate, bent on domination no matter what the cost? Or Superman, the selfless alien who defends our planet as his own? Too biased. Perry will never...
We're going to be going after the third briefing of Legacy of Krypton episode 4, and where this is going to be located in the Hall of Doom part of the Daily Planet instance, it is going to be located right over here where we've marked on a map for the Hall of Doom part of the instance. And let's give a zoom in where we've marked. So right over here in this section of Hall of Doom. So we just want to go underneath this bridge section here, and then we want to curve down and just go through this area down here, and then it will be around the circle central area of this kind of map. And there is our third briefing right there, so it's right behind this table desk. And let's take a look where it is on the map before we do pick up the third briefing. So here we have the whole map of the Hall of Doom part of the Daily Planet, and then let's give a zoom in here just so you can see my waypoint. There we go, there is the third briefing of Legacy of Krypton episode 4.
Jack Ryder, and you are wrong. Why? Because Brainiac isn't just bottling up our cities. He isn't just trying to get the exabyte powers future Luthor bombed into our world. No, he has a plan. Look where his bottles and Brainiac attack. And if you don't believe it, friend, then you are wrong.
We're going to be taking a look where the fourth briefing is of the Legacy of Krypton episode 4, and this briefing is going to be located in the final boss room where you'd face up against Lex Luthor. So on the map, it is going to be located on a platform area in the same room. After you defeat Lex Luthor, you'll be able to pick up this briefing, and as we go up to this platform here, you want to curve around, and it is just going to be on the I think below here. And then on the map, let's check it out where the fourth briefing is. So on the map, it is located right over here in the Hall of Doom part of the instance of the Daily Planet. Let's give a zoom in here, and there we go, there is our fourth briefing, and we're going to go ahead and pick up the briefing for the Legacy of Krypton episode 4.
I'm not sure I should forgive you, Superman. I'm the one who broke the story about you in the Daily Planet. I even gave you your name. And you give your first interview to that schlub, Clark Kent?
My apologies, Miss Lane. I'm here now. What would you like to ask me about?
All right, then. But I'm warning you, I don't pull any punches. So, your powers. How do they work? And is there a Mrs. Superman?
One question at a time, Miss Lane. May I call you Lois? My powers come from Earth's yellow sun. Its rays affect me differently, giving me super strength, flight, speed, and other powers like heat vision.
You look human.
I assure you, Lois, I'm a man, just not from Earth. And I'll do whatever it takes to keep this planet safe.
We're going to be taking a look where to find the fifth briefing of the Legacy of Krypton episode 4. And where the fifth briefing is going to be located is in the final room of the Daily Planet Hall of Doom part of the instance. So it is going to be located in the same room as after we fought Lex Luthor. And it's going to be behind a electricity ball, a purple electricity ball right here. And you just want to go around here, and there is our fifth briefing. So let's take a look where it is on the map before we pick it up. So here we have the whole map of the Hall of Doom part of the Daily Planet instance, and there is my waypoint for the fifth briefing. So this is the whole map, and let's give a zoom in of the area where my waypoint is. So you can see there is my waypoint for the fifth briefing. Let's go ahead and pick this briefing up.
Daily Planet Archive.
A pleasure to meet you, Miss Lane. I'm quite an admirer of your work. And of course I welcome any opportunity to clear up all this misleading press about LexCorp.
Mr. Luthor, the Daily Planet has documents proving LexCorp's illegal genetic trafficking, attempted bribery...
Simple misunderstandings. LexCorp is a large company, and perhaps certain branches have escaped my strict oversight. But surely I can't be held responsible for the misinformed actions of a few. LexCorp was founded to advance human potential. Sometimes we must push ahead of the law, Lois. May I call you Lois?
So you're above the law, Mr. Luthor?
Ah, alas, another appointment. I must go. Please do try to reschedule. Always a pleasure, Lois.
Miss Lane, Mr. Luthor. Good day.
We're going to be going off to the sixth and final briefing of Legacy of Krypton episode 4 in the Hall of Doom, part of the Daily Planet instance. So right kind of at the start of the Hall of Doom part. So you'll be able to find the briefing right over here where I've marked. Right in front of us in the center area, ring area, on the edge of a kind of structure. And there is our final briefing. So let's go ahead and pick up this sixth briefing. So on the map, our sixth briefing is located right over here. So here's the whole map of the Hall of Doom, part of the instance of the Daily Planet. Let's give a zoom in. So there we go. There is our waypoint right there. Let's go ahead and pick up this final briefing.
Luthor, this is Agent Serenity. The link inside is distorting. The teleportation out is not reliable. The digitization shield and the watchtower's own attempts are conflicting with the signal. Do not try to teleport out. I repeat.
We are on our villain meta-mentored character mentored by Lex Luthor inside of the Hall of Doom. We are going to find out where to find the Daily Planet teleporter inside of the Hall of Doom. So where the Daily Planet teleporter is going to be is right over here where we've marked inside of the Hall of Doom. And we're just going to go over there. So once you do go over there, you'll be finding the Daily Planet instance. So let's go and curve into the Meta Wing area here. Then we would want to head down, and through there we would see the Daily Planet teleporter right here. And once you do step into here, and then you do face up against the last boss in the Daily Planet area, then there'll be another teleporter rift that will open, which will take you into the JLA watchtower. And then from there you'd step into there, and then you'll find in the description below the times for the briefings for the villains, where to find it inside of the JLA watchtower. And there'll be a total of 6 as well briefings for the villain side to get for Legacy of Krypton episode 4. We're going to be checking out where to find the Legacy of Krypton episode 4 briefings for the villain. So we are on our meta mentor, so that is Lex Luthor, and where we are right now is inside the JLA watchtower, the area of the Daily Planet. After you exit the Daily Planet and go into this part of the instance, so it's still the Daily Planet instance, but once you step into the rift, you'll enter here inside of the JLA watchtower. So after you defeat, I think, the servitor, the giant spider boss inside of the Daily Planet, you enter right here. And where the first briefing is going to be called Lois Lane inside of the JLA watchtower. And it is going to be located right over here where we've marked. And you want to just go right up here across, and it's going to be in front of these consoles there. That is the first briefing. Let's take a look on the map, and on the map the waypoint is right here for the first briefing, and it is called Lois Lane. And let's give a zoom in on the waypoint before we do pick it up. So this is the whole map of the JLA watchtower for the villain side.
Lois Lane at Daily Planet Live with breaking news. The entire Daily Planet staff is trapped here inside the Daily Planet building, which is being bottled for digitization by Brainiac. I'll continue transmission as long as I can. Something's happening. Brainiac robots are teleporting in. Jimmy, forget the shot. Get down.
We're going to be taking a look where to find the second briefing called Lois Lane inside of the JLA watchtower for the Legacy of Krypton episode 4 briefings. Where the second briefing is going to be located, it is going to be located right over here where we've marked. And let's zoom out so you can see the whole map of the JLA watchtower of the Daily Planet part of the instance. And let's give a zoom in now. So it is located right over here. And so we are right now at the top platform. What you want to do is go all over to the bottom platform right underneath here. And then there is the briefing we can see from a distance above a slope area. And let's take a look before we pick it up on the map. So on the map here we have the whole map of the JLA watchtower right there. There is my waypoint for the second briefing, Lois Lane. Let's give a zoom in now so you can see the direct area of our waypoint. It is right there. So let's go ahead and pick up the second briefing.
Lois Lane dictating. Let's see. The rivalry of the century. Lex Luthor against our Man of Steel, Superman. But who is really the true savior of humanity? The powerful magnate, bent on domination no matter what the cost? Or Superman, the selfless alien who defends our planet as his own? Too biased. Perry will never...
We're going to be going off to the third briefing of Legacy of Krypton episode 4, and where this is going to be located inside of the JLA watchtower. It is going to be located right on top of a tree. So the third briefing is located right over here. So in the same room where you'd be fighting Zatanna. So after you've fought Zatanna, you'll be able to go and pick up this briefing. So we are going to head over there now. So it is located just right on top of a tree. And I'll be showing you where it is and also leaving the time in the description below. So you'll be able to find it as well down in the description. So let's go and zoom over there. So here is the room where you'd be fighting Zatanna. And right across from here you'll be able to see the tree. It's this one right across there. And you can see the briefing from the distance there. Let's go a bit closer right up here and then I'll show you where it is on the map. So on the map, the third briefing is located right over here. So here is my waypoint for the third briefing. This is called Jack Ryder. And let's zoom in right there. And there is my waypoint for the third briefing. We are going to go ahead and pick this briefing up.
I am Jack Ryder, and you are wrong. Why? Because Brainiac isn't just bottling up our cities. He isn't just trying to get the exabyte powers future Luthor bombed into our world. No, he has a plan. Look where his bottles and Brainiac attack. And if you don't believe it, friend, then you are wrong.
The next briefing of Legacy of Krypton episode 4 that we are going to go after is the fourth briefing called Serenity. Where this is going to be located is underneath a platform just over here is where the fourth briefing is going to be located, inside of the JLA watchtower. So it's going to be right over there. So we are going to fly or skim right towards over there, and let's go and zoom over there now, and it's going to be underneath this platform. So we'll go through here, and then it's just going to be where these consoles are right there, and just underneath it you'll see the briefing. So here is the fourth briefing. So this briefing is called Serenity, and let's take a look on the map. So here is my waypoint of the JLA watchtower, and let's give a zoom in right here, and there is my waypoint for the fourth briefing, Serenity. Let's go ahead and pick up this briefing.
Luthor, this is Agent Serenity. The link inside is distorting. The teleportation out is not reliable. The digitization shield and the watchtower's own attempts are conflicting with the signal. Do not try to teleport out. I repeat.
We're going off to the fifth briefing of Legacy of Krypton episode 4, and this is going to be called Lois and Luthor. And where this is going to be located is right over here where we've marked. So on the map it's just over here, but it might be hard to spot, so I'll be showing you where the area is, and how to see it from a distance as well, because it is a bit tricky as it's behind a pipe inside of the room. And we'll also be leaving the time in the description below. So once we do get to the area, I'll be showing you where abouts the location is. So we're getting close here, and we just have to zoom a bit further here. And if you stand here, you will be able to see the briefing. Just go a bit curve around, and there we go. We can see it behind this pipe there, just on the left hand side. So that is where our fifth briefing is, the Lois and Luthor. And let's take a look where the briefing is on the map. So on the map, the fifth briefing, which is called Lois and Luthor, is located right here. So if we zoom in, so that is the waypoint there. And let's zoom out now, and there is the whole map of the JLA watchtower. We're going to go ahead and pick up this fifth briefing.
Daily Planet Archive.
A pleasure to meet you, Miss Lane. I'm quite an admirer of your work. And of course I welcome any opportunity to clear up all this misleading press about LexCorp.
Mr. Luthor, the Daily Planet has documents proving LexCorp's illegal genetic trafficking, attempted bribery...
Simple misunderstandings. LexCorp is a large company, and perhaps certain branches have escaped my strict oversight. But surely I can't be held responsible for the misinformed actions of a few. LexCorp was founded to advance human potential. Sometimes we must push ahead of the law, Lois. May I call you Lois?
So you're above the law, Mr. Luthor?
Ah, alas, another appointment. I must go. Please do try to reschedule. Always a pleasure, Lois.
Miss Lane, Mr. Luthor. Good day.
We're going to be going after the sixth briefing of Legacy of Krypton episode 4, and this sixth briefing is called Lois and Superman. So this briefing can be a bit hard to spot as well, because it is on top of a giant cross beam, also on the ceiling. So where it is on the map is located right here. So we have the whole map of the JLA watchtower on our villain mentor, and let's go ahead and go towards where our briefing is. So from the fifth briefing, you just want to fly up here and then go directly across, and it's going to be on this platform right up here. On the left hand side there is our sixth and final briefing, that is Lois and Superman. So let's take a look on the map where our sixth and final briefing is. So on the map, it is located right over here. There is my waypoint for the final briefing. And we'll give a zoom in on my waypoint there. And we're going to go ahead now and pick up this 6th briefing, Lois and Superman.
I'm not sure I should forgive you, Superman. I'm the one who broke the story about you in the Daily Planet. I even gave you your name. And you give your first interview to that schlub, Clark Kent?
My apologies, Miss Lane. I'm here now. What would you like to ask me about?
All right, then. But I'm warning you, I don't pull any punches. So, your powers. How do they work? And is there a Mrs. Superman?
One question at a time, Miss Lane. May I call you Lois? My powers come from Earth's yellow sun. Its rays affect me differently, giving me super strength, flight, speed, and other powers like heat vision.
You look human.
I assure you, Lois, I'm a man, just not from Earth. And I'll do whatever it takes to keep this planet safe.
This is the style right here, the Argonian boots. So this is what it looks like, the style patriotic. And we are wearing it on our feet. So this is how it is going to look like. As we get a closer look, we can zoom in here. So it's got two, I think, different texture styles. And it's like a boot with some sort of metal on the front area right there. And I think we can change it to about 2 different colors. We are going to try to go into our style and just show you here what the colors we can change are. So in our feet tab right here, we've got the patriotic style. Let me just go here and just quickly show you the 2 different things, 2 different colors which you can change. So we're going to this tab here, and currently we've got it set as light blue and then a darker blue and a black. We can change it to whatever color depending on your color slot palette on your main palette. So on the slot 1 is the main color, so the light blue is right there. We can change it to red and see how it looks. And that is how the boots look like right here. So that is what you would receive once you complete all of the Legacy of Krypton episode 4 briefings.